Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. Let's take a look and see what the heck is going on in the stock market. What's been going on as we approach the Christmas season. I hope everybody had a really great Thanksgiving. I know that a lot of my members are not in the United States of America. Some are Australia. Some are over in the Netherlands. Some might be in Germany. Whatever, different parts of the world. That's awesome. Here in the United States, Thanksgiving is a big, big holiday for us. If it's not the biggest holiday of the year, it's probably second biggest. Christmas might be a little bit bigger. July 4th, also Independence Day, a big, big holiday. So in any case, I hope you all had a great, happy Thanksgiving. Even if you're not in the United States, get yourself some turkey, stuff your face, do your thing, cranberries, potatoes, mashed potatoes. Oh, we just fatten ourselves up during that holiday. All right, of course, we give thanks to God. Yes, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ 100%. A lot of great things going on in my life. I am happy. Working on my health. Got a few health things, nothing serious, small stuff I'm trying to improve upon. And just sharing a little bit of the life here before we jump into this video and dive into some of the details. I got a really good video for you guys, so stick around for this video. If you haven't subscribed on my YouTube channel, go ahead and click subscribe down there. Give me a thumbs up or appreciate it. If you want to become a member after watching this video, after you subscribe, you can click the join button. I still think it's $5.99 to join. Super cheap. And stick around too, because I'm going to show you a brand new product that I've been working on. A brand new piece of software that's going to blow your guys' mind. So stick around for that at the end, okay? Let's talk about what I think is going to happen here. So first thing is looking at the S&P 500 futures here, this December contracts, which are going to expire soon. Okay, so what you're going to see happen is this contract's going to move over to March. Okay, that'll be the next contract that comes up. Okay. So the S&P 500 futures, the primary contracts move in quarterly, in quarters, right? Every 3 months, right? So, or every 4 months, whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's every 3 months. All right, so the next contract's going to be March. So this one's going to expire soon. I think like the second, let's see, expires I think second or third week of December. I don't remember exactly. All right, looks like it might expire on 12/15. I see something right there, 12/15. Okay. All right, so let's check this out. This is way back up here when we had the pandemic high, and you can see that we started getting a trend line going here, right? Well, there's a spot right there. There's a spot right there, and what do you know? Just this week, bam-o, it comes up and kisses this thing and gets rejected. Okay, the three little piggies here, right? The three little piggies. Touch, touch, touch. Now, we had a touch here, a touch here, a touch here. This, though, was not a touch. Way up here. Okay? So, I think this rejection is it. I don't think we're going to climb any higher. If we do, it's not going to be by much. It could come up to 4,200, somewhere in there. It's possible. Could come up into the 4150, whatever. It could still bounce up in here and get a little life in it. Okay, but I think based on what I'm seeing in data that this baby is about to run out of steam. For several reasons why I think that. One, it touched the upper trend line. There is room to go on the MACD. We're only sitting at 61. That's not exactly high. Over here we were at like 90 something. Yeah, 92. Okay, when the MACD over here was at 92. Right now we're only at 61. So you definitely got to be careful of that. There could be another bounce here, according to the MACD. But check this out. On the Big Daddy, we've been getting divergence dots. They're just popping up like crazy. Look at this. I'm sorry, this is the SMI, Stochastic Momentum Index. Look at all these divergence dots in the last month and a half. Okay, and then in the Big Daddy, when we do get divergence dots in them along with the SMI at the same time, that's usually a big deal. Okay, when it happened over here, we got a little tiny decline. When it happened right here, we didn't get nothing. We just chucked sideways. And now we got it again. We just got this on, I know this is small, bear with me, I'll blow this up in a minute. We just got it back on November 30th. Okay, was that dot right there? This one. Okay, November 30th. All right, so look at this massive, massive widening wedge. Look at this thing, right? We've got this line right now going on right here too. There's a line right here. I'm sorry, not that line. There's a line. Let's see. How am I drawing this? Yeah, there's a line right there. It kind of goes like that. Okay, it was that kind of line. So we'll see. But my instincts tell me that we are going to, over the next few months, break below this 3502. Okay, I think we'll get down to 3200s, something like this. You may even get below 3000. Okay, but I'm not so concerned about price. I don't really trade based on price. Okay, I'm just looking at this massive trend, two trend lines we got going on, and this just got kissed. I think it's going to get rejected. I think it's going to come down. All right, let's zoom in here a little bit. Okay, that's better. Now, this candle, let's see, where are we at here? Yeah, Monday or Sunday night when futures open, that's the start of the week of December 5th, and I've been talking about this for a while, okay? We're going to look at the weekly here in a moment, but basically this next candlestick is going to be the beginning of December 5th. All right, and I think there's trouble coming. There's trouble brewing all the way out to February 5th. Okay, I talked about this before, and I'll show it again real quick here on the weekly. But that's what I think is going to happen, guys. Yeah, it could pop up in here and do some more stuff. Down into this, what is this? What is this one here, 1216? Yeah, it's 1215 right here. Let's see, what is this one? 1228. Okay, so you got two of them. You got 1216 or December for my overseas friends. That's 1215, December 15th. This one is the 28th. I'll just put a comma. 28 is that one. Okay. So it could come down into this one of these two and kind of fart around a little bit and then come up again and then down again. Yeah, it could definitely do that. Do I think when it comes back up here that it's going to take out this upper trend line? No, I don't. But I could be wrong, but I don't. I think this February 5th week out here is a monster decline. I think it's going to be a huge decline as we get closer and closer we get to this date, guys. The more this stock market is going to decline. That's my take. Okay. So why do I say that? So remember, we've got, all the way here is the 15th of December. This is the 28th of December. Okay, this one here is what? January 10th. Okay, so that's the 10th of January, right? That's supposed to be an 8. Okay, December, sorry, my chicken scratch. January, right? Those are supposed to be D's. December, and January. 15, 28, and 10. And then over here we got February, and that's the 5th. And this is the one as we get, I think we're just going to see, there may be some of this going on in here, whatever, but as we get over here, it's going to be huge. Okay, let's look at the weekly, and then it should be clear why. So let me switch over to the weekly chart. Okay, here we are on the weekly. And look at this thing. Look at this thing. From the pandemic high, comes down, touches the bottom trend line, goes up, touches the upper trend line, comes down, touches the bottom. Look at this. Okay, what do you think is happening? What do you think is happening next? Could it blast off to the moon? Yeah, anything's possible. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I do not. It may get a little above this because it did actually, but look at this. It touched It touched the 50-week moving average. Look at that. Let me just get over here. Let me clear the screen. So when I hover over this right there, the 50-week moving average, yeah, it was 41.35. So I'm talking about this number right there. That's the 50-week because we're on the weekly chart, remember? So this average right here, this 50 is a 50-week moving average. That's this blue line. It may be hard to see, but there's a blue line right here. Okay, it's just absolutely tracking at the top. The 50-week moving average and the upper trend line are the same thing right now. Okay, that's why the 50-week is such a really good average to look at. And this thing's going to get rejected. So why do I say this? This week is the week that we're going to see price decline. So let me just put a little candlestick right there that doesn't exist yet. Okay, so what you're going to do is when you watch this, you're going to look down here. Okay, look down in this little area right here as I hover my pencil over. See that? December 5th. I kind of screwed this up. Let me get this out of there. More like over here. Okay, just look in there. December 5th, right? 12.5. Now guess what? So this one, December 5th. This is the week of December 5th. Week of. Right, week, is right smack daddy, big daddy, in the middle of this cycle. Right in the middle. Okay, and why do I focus on that? Let me clear the screen. I'm going to show you why. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at the middle of this cycle right here, weekly cycle. What happened? It just started chopping hard, choppy chop, a little bit more, and then it came screaming down. What happened in the middle of this cycle? About right there. It was already declining. So far, you can see every time you get in the middle of these blue cycles, something starts to happen to the price action. What happens here? Right in the middle of this cycle. Smack dab, right on the button. What happens? It starts coming down. Okay? So these cycles are in perfectly synchronized with the trend line. It's just they're like absolutely synchronized with the trend line. The top of the cycle is matching the top when the price hits the top of the trend line, right? I mean, you really can't ask for better. This is like cycle analysis, on hyperdrive. So guess what? I think we're going to see a red candlestick coming up here. If not this week, December 5th, then the next week, maybe we get a little bouncy bounce, maybe a little more goes up there, but I don't think so. I think this is it. I think this week's going to be a red week, and it's going to start doing the same thing it did with all these other ones. It's going to start puking its guts, and it's going to come down hard. Okay? And I think it'll take out this little trend line right there. It's going to take it out, which I don't know if it'll take it out coming into this. Is that September 5th over there? Yeah, see guys? I mean February 5th. This cycle low on the weekly is, guess what? Bingo, you guessed it, February 5th, matching up on two daily cycles and the weekly cycles. We got two daily cycles plus a weekly cycle, all pointing to this date. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to come down into this. February 5th is going to be a monster decline. Now, I'm not saying I know how far down it's going to come, because you got to remember, this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks to climb up from there to there, right? So, 4, 8, yeah. It'd be like 9 weeks because January is kind of a long month, but February's short. So maybe 8 or 9 weeks. Can it come all the way back down to here? Yeah, I think it can. At least bare minimum, guys, I think it'll get down to 33.70. It's going to get below 3,400, somewhere in the 3,300s minimum. I think is what's going to happen. This thing's going to just. So I think 3,400 is very doable. So you're looking at 600, over 600 points, right? 666 points, something like this. Well, that's a bad number. Let's just go with 650. How about that? Okay, just go whatever. You know what I'm saying. Over 600 points. That works for me. Okay, so. That's where we're headed. That's where I think we're going. And it would not surprise me if it comes below that and gets down into like the low 3,000s. But that might be over somewhere like out here in March or something. What is this date? Yeah. That might be over in here somewhere, or even over here. We'll have to just see what the stock market does. But I think this February 5th decline is going to be pretty monster. It's going to be a monster decline. Okay, so if in my opinion, that's what I think is going to happen. What am I personally going to do? I'm probably going to short the futures. But you can do options plays. A lot of things you can do with options. You can trade the options. Okay, if you can't do any of those and you're stuck, okay, maybe you want to try inverse ETFs, whatever. You all got to figure out what you want to do there. Okay, but I don't believe long side trades at this point is a good idea. I think long side LS equals bad. Bad idea. Don't go long. Okay, short side SS. I think there's lots of potential. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Good. Okay. But don't get ahead of this thing. Wait to see that we get confirmation that things are rolling over, right? Check your weekly chart. You see in red? Good. You see 2 weeks of red? That's really good. If you get 2 weeks of red, guys, so you got to be patient here, right? If we get a red week for aggressive traders, okay, fine, you can go for it. If you get a second red week, oh yeah, game on. Okay. All right, so that's the weekly chart that lines up with the daily chart. I think February 5th is going to be a monster as we get closer to that date. And I think we're going to see red coming up really, really soon here. And it's going to be bombs away. We're back on the daily. Okay. Look at this candlestick. Oh, get ready, guys. Down, down, down. Okay. And then may do a little bouncy, bounce, bounce. And then I think it's bombs away. It's going to be something like that. It could get really, if it gets way up in here and breaks a trend line up there, then that changes things. If this decides to get aggressive and goes really high, then that changes things. Okay, but my analysis says it's not these two, it's these two. We're going this way, zigzag down. All right, so that's that. Now, hang with me. I'm going to show you a really cool app that I just came up with. I've been working on this for a while. This thing's going to blow your guys' mind. All right, here it is. It's not completely finished, but this is called the Giddis Charts. Up here in the left-hand corner. Okay. I've been working on this. This is basically, it's not real-time data flowing through these charts, right? It's just looking at historical data. It's not really meant for trading to place trades. It's primarily meant for cycle analysis. All right. So you can see, let's just go over this app real quick. What do you got over here? You got a begin date. Let me switch over to black. Got a begin date here, obviously. You got an end date. Okay, you can just pick the calendar. Pick whatever date you want. By default, when you first bring up the app, it's going to pick the dates that for the number of candlesticks that can fit into this area. Okay, so that's why you're seeing these dates. Okay, right now the only data I have, test data, is for the Spider, the SPY, SP500, the ETF. All right. This display data, when you press this button, let's press it, see what happens. Boom. You get all the S&P 500 data from these two dates, right? From here to here. That's what we're seeing here. Okay, and on the bottom I put in the dates. Right, every 7 days I'm putting in dates. Since we started on April 7th, you get, the 18th, the 27th. It's approximately every 7. Is it 14 or 7? Maybe it's 14. It doesn't really matter. I'm just making sure I give myself enough space here so I can fit in some dates so you all can get an idea what the dates are, right? April, May, June, July, August. I put these dates in here depending on how the candlesticks are being rendered out into the chart here. Okay, so that's what display data does. It's going to display all the candlesticks and put the dates at the bottom. Okay, what does this button do? So we press this button. Yeah. So if you wanted to amplify your candlesticks, make them stand out a little bit more, you can do that. Okay, really nice feature, yeah. Okay, so what is this find best cycle? So this is going to make an attempt, and there's an algorithm behind here, and a lot of logic, a lot of work went into this. This is going to make an attempt to find the best cycles for this particular series of candlesticks. Okay, and it's going to put the data over here. Let's see what it does. Boom. Okay, so here are all the dates. Let's go over this grid here on the right. So these dates are significant dates that it thinks may, but not necessarily. may constitute lows worth looking at. Because remember, in cycle analysis, we're concerned with lows, low points on the chart. Okay, so that's what these dates are. And this grid, well, hang on a second. I'll get back to. Let's look at the next piece. The next piece here is this cycle length. So 62, this would be a really big cycle, right? 62 trading days are going to be a huge cycle like that. Like you only fit like 2 cycles in the whole chart. And then this is just an attempt to rank out the best cycles. It doesn't necessarily mean they're the best cycles. It's just an attempt to make it, okay? All right, so what happens if I click on this row? Let's click on this row. It draws these 2 monster cycles. Why are they so big? Because the cycle length is really big. See, 62. So if you were interested in some really long cycles, you could look at long cycles if you wanted to, like this, some of these are really long. Okay, what you can do with this grid is you can sort the grid. Okay, you can click on any of these headers and sort it. So let's say I want to sort it by date. I'm just going to click on that. I can sort it by date. Okay. For me, I might be looking at cycle lengths first. Okay, I click on it. Every time you click on this, it'll sort ascending. If you click it again, it'll sort descending. That's what's happening. It's sorting on this column because I'm clicking on it. So all these 3 happen. Rank, if you want to know the top ranks, you can get the top ranks. Remember, a top rank doesn't really mean it's going to be the best cycle. It's just an attempt at the software is making an attempt to say that these are the best cycles, but they may not actually be the best cycles, okay? So don't put too much credence into this rank. I'll work on making this ranking better as time goes on. Okay, but what I would do is I would probably pick cycles that are at least 9 or 10 in length or greater, and I'd start going through them and looking at them. So what we're not going to do with this software is just assume that this algorithm that's behind this button is finding the absolute best cycle for us so we can trust it. We don't do that, right? We have to always have confirmation. Okay, so let me just pick this cycle. What we do is you click on anywhere on this line. So you can click over here. Okay, and what it did is it just pulled from May 20th, which would be over here somewhere, about right there. Okay, sure enough, you can see there's May 20th here. Okay, go away there. Let me get yellow. May 20th is right there. It pulled from there. Okay, it did cycle length of 9. So this length of this cycle is 9 candlesticks, is what this says. 9 from left to right. Got it? That's what that's doing. All right. And you'd have to go through here and learn about cycle analysis. Is this a good... Wherever the 2 cycles come together, wherever these vertices, okay, wherever these 2 intersects happen, you have to look at the candlesticks above you. Is it good? Let me just increase this a little bit more. Let me re-click on this line. Is it good right there? Yeah, it's really good. That one looks great. How about this next one? Is that one good? Yeah, it's good. You can see your price came down. How about this one? Yeah, good. So this is something that I would always encourage you to do. Is this good? It's pretty good. This one, this was a very aggressive cycle. So believe it or not, that's a cycle low right there. So it hit it. This one, yeah, it hit it right here. This one, yep, it's within a candlestick or 2 of that. Really good. This one, there's not much there. So I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no, it didn't hit it. I mean, it'd be hard to pick a cycle low out right here. But since this is such an aggressive cycle or 2 going down, yeah, this little flat spot could be construed as a cycle low. But even if it wasn't, we'll skip it. This one looks good. This one, look at this one. Oh my gosh, perfect. Here, no, we'll say no. Here, a little sketchy. It's off by a day or 2. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And this little down nothing with all this chop, hard to find a cycle low there. Okay, how about over here? It's kind of losing its way over here to the left. So if we start with this, we could say we got, we started here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We won't count that. 8, 9. Won't count that. 10. 10 out of 12. Okay, that happens to be a really good cycle. It's pretty short. Pretty short. I'm not sure I would trade a nine bar cycle, but it's it's been amazingly accurate. Okay, so that's one example of what you would have to do. You should go through and verify it. Okay, let's pick another one. turns out to be the same cycles, okay? Just because it pulled from another date, but the cycles end up being the same. What about this one? Slight difference, I think. Nope, the same cycle. What about this one? There, that one moved. You go through and look at it again. These are all 9-bar cycles, so you're going to get very similar type of... Okay, there's one. This one doesn't look so good. I can just tell by looking at it. They're not lining up. It's missing. That one's okay. And no, it's off. See, I can tell the cycle's bad. Look, it even ranked it down at 17%. Well, I got that one right. And I would start going through these cycles and picking out which cycles I think are the best ones. Okay, spend a little time looking at how the cycles fall. Okay, what you could do is, what I like to do is pick out a really obvious low. There's one right there, and there's one right there. There's obviously one right there. There's kind of one right there. You follow what I mean? There's one right there. There's one over here. But you always want to work from this side of the chart backwards. You know, that's a good idea. Work from the most recent candlesticks back. You don't want to start from over here working this way because this is old, and the cycles can start getting out of alignment. All right. So just a little tip for you, if you're those that are following cycle analysis. All right. All right, so I would be looking for something like in the beginning of November, or maybe like right here, somewhere in the middle of October, right? So here's one, October 13th. Let's pick it. Does it look good? Looks good to me there. Looks good there. That's probably a cycle low right there. This is that one's good. Hit this little cycle low right there. Definitely hit good right there. Good right there within a day or two. Here it definitely missed, right? It missed. This one's probably okay, but it's okay. That's a miss. We'll say yes here. That's good. This is probably okay. Hard to tell if that's anything. I think that's fine as we're coming down. That little flat spot here, here. And this is so much chop. Hard to tell, but I guess that's a cycle low right there, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of, what do we got here? We missed 2. So 7 out of 9. Very common ratio for cycle analysis. See it all the time. That's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. Not quite 80%. Not bad. So that'd be a cycle I'd pay attention to. So what would I do? Well, I'd go over to my TOS platform, Thinkorswim platform, or you could do it on TradingView, because we have scripts for TradingView too, okay? You could, this eventually what I see happening is we export some scripts out of this software. You could import it into your trading platform, and it'll draw the cycles for you, okay? But what I would do temporarily is I'd go over to October 13th on my TOS platform, and I would start pulling cycles using a 16-day length, right? Because you can tell it looks great here, right? So let's go over and do that. Okay, let's do it. Let's pull from here and do 16. Okay, I've got my drawing tool. Let's pull from right here and do 16. Let's see if we can figure out what 16 is. That's 15. Let me activate it. Oops. So let me try. Let me just delete it. It'll be easier. Pull from here, and I'm going to go to the next candlestick. Yeah, 16. Okay, so that's that red cycle right there. Let me make it purple. Nice big purple. So you do the same thing. Now that we're on the TOS platform, does it make sense? Well, here it obviously makes sense. We pull from. Does it make sense there? Yeah, it makes sense. It lines up really nice. How about over here? Not so much. Here? Not so much. Here, it kind of hits this flat. I'm okay with that. Here, yeah, it hits it really good. Okay. So 1, 2, I can't say much for that one right there, though technically that might be a low. Maybe. 1, 2, no, 3, 4. Definitely hit something right here. Look at that. Nailed it. Oh my gosh, that's really good. Pretty cool, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7. Not bad. 5 out of 7 for that one, guys. Over the short. That's not bad. That's about just a little over 70%. So if I were to keep this cycle, what I'd be interested in, what is the next one? Well, it says December 20th, which is not too far from this other one at December 15th. Look at how they line up over here. This is January 11th, January 11th, January 11th. Look at this, guys. See, this is where you got to pay attention. When cycles come together like this, you really got to pay attention. So there it is, February 5th. Now, you got 3 cycles all coming together, and the weekly all coming together right here. I'm telling you what, man, that February 5th just keeps coming up. It's going to be a huge monster decline. Now, I just showed you, I'm going to finish this video up. I know it's getting long, but I just showed you how you can use that tool to figure out how to find the best cycles. You got to put a little homework into it, but that tool just helped me find and actually confirmed with even a smaller purple cycle here, in addition to these other cycles that I just pulled on this chart by myself, right? And I didn't use the software, the other piece of software I was showing you to do this. I just did this by eye because I know how to do it. These green ones and the yellow ones. But the purple one, I use the software to help guide my way to pull these cycles. And look at this, February 5th is it, guys. It's going to bombs away into here, guys. I'm telling you what. Bomb, bing, that's what's going to happen. I don't know exactly how the price action is going to move, but February 5th, big decline. Big decline. That's my opinion on that. Okay, let me finish up with this a little bit more on the software, and we'll call it a video. So this is not meant for you to trade on a minute-to-minute basis or hour-to-hour. It's basically for daily cycles. That's what you're trying to use this piece of software for, okay? And I got a feeling eventually I'll work in how to show weekly candlesticks on here as well. Right now it's just daily. And since this is all freebie data, I'm pulling this data just off the internet free. I got to think about how, right now it's just the spider, I have this data locally. So I'm going to have to think about how to make data available. That's something I got to kind of put my mind to and wrap my mind around how, when I release this piece of software, there's probably going to be a limited number of symbols that you can look up, right? It isn't just going to be look up any symbol you want. We'll probably have a limited number of symbols. And I'll make that clear when I put out the, when you download the software and pay for it. I haven't totally figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but it'll probably be something like a monthly subscription. And, you know, the software is alive and good to go as long as you're paying on time. If it's not, the software is going to stop working. You know, you pay for it, you use it. If you don't pay for it, it doesn't work. Just like everything else in the world, okay? So that's kind of where we're headed with this, guys. $50 a month, I think, is going to be a really good money maker for people. $50 a month. Okay, a lot of work and effort went into this. This is really going to be a very useful tool. I know I know right now there's people licking their chops to get a hold of this software. Okay, you know, this is a tool that you can use to get the cycles yourself. Okay, it's not going to just absolutely tell you the absolute best cycle. You still got to do a little bit of your own analysis, but it's going to give you a really big head start and help you draw the cycles automatically for you, and you can analyze what cycles and determine how you're going to place your trades based on those cycles, right? I mean, you saw what this piece of software does, right? The thing is just a monster, absolute monster. Monster piece of software. Just amazing. Okay. So this is going to be great. Oh my gosh, I'm already using this tool, guys. I just finished up writing some of the additional code yesterday, putting some dates in here and stuff, and I'm already using this tool to help place trades. So I know a lot of people are going to end up loving this piece of software. So when I get ready to release it, I'll absolutely let everybody know. I don't have the subscription site set up yet, but all that's coming. I just wanted to give a teaser today. Leave some comments, guys. Let me know if you're interested in this product, okay? Because I think it's going to make a huge wave in the marketplace. I think a lot of people are going to really benefit from this piece of software, okay? All right, guys, that's it for now. Hope you really enjoyed the video. Don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. If you want to join the current membership, it's only $5.99, okay? I might keep that membership maybe as we move forward. I'm not really sure yet, okay? I know a lot of people like that cheapy little membership, and it's great. I may keep it around. I haven't decided yet, but for now, if you want to join, that's what the cost is, $5.99. You get on the Discord server for that. I leave my opinion on there almost every day about what I think the market's going to do, and occasionally I put out videos like this, okay? All right, guys and gals, hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you all real soon again next time.